What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So, the word on the street is that there is a flaming hot new fire hero in the Treasures of Flame and Frost. And I've opened it up the game, and here he is in all of his glory, looking absolutely ridiculously cool. I love the way that they've done this hero. Of course, we're going to have a look at him. We're going to find out whether he can back up that insanely crazy looking art with actually being a decent, or at least a half decent hero. So let us jump right into the portal. We are going to take a look at AETHSLEGAUR. These heroes have the weirdest freaking names, and my pronunciation's probably terrible, but we're going to have a look at this dude today, see what he's all about, see how he stacks up in comparison. And I must say, the other heroes that are in this portal are very, very strong. Not so much this weird lady Anvari. I mean, she really hasn't kind of come into her own yet. And not so much Gander. Like, we're looking at another slow hero. Like, I mean, she is good. But to be fair, he's slow. She's kind of average speed, and she's a Fiend Destroyer with the Mega Fiends as well, damaging Mega Fiends. I don't know. Unless he's like super duper strong, this may not be the strongest pool of featured heroes. But yeah, maybe I'm jumping the gun. But most of these other heroes, I mean, Ott, Dilla Fuller, Hreidmar, Dagger, Regen, they're all freaking monsters in this portal. So let us get into it with AETHSLEGAUR, and we'll see how he stacks up. So, of course, he's a fire hero. He is fire, like all over. You can see he's burning up. Like I said before, I really love the art on him, like his flaming sword, his armor. Like, I want to know the backstory behind this guy. He looks awesome. He is part of the story, actually. I remember fighting against him recently. He is of the fighter class, so that's a big tick in the right box. Of course, it gives him the revive talent, so he can come back from the dead. He is of the Nidavella realm, so he gets the Molten Core, and the Molten Core charges every time he receives damage from either normal attacks or special skills. He is resistant against burn, but not only that, if you do give him burn damage, he gains 450 boosted health, or you attempt to give burn damage, and 5% mana every time he resists burn damage. So pretty cool. And then the Molten Core, if it does go off, it can deal anywhere up to 419 corrosive burn damage every turn and lower the target's defense by 10% every turn. It's really, really massively, ridiculously huge. For pretty much all of these guys, they've got the same Molten Core. You will see slight differences. So here it's 403 burn damage per turn, and with Gander, you'll see here it's 422 burn damage per turn. So you'll see slight differences, but that's just dependent on the attack stat of the hero. So the higher the attack stat, the higher the corrosive burn can get up to. So for this guy, 419 per turn is pretty huge. And the defense down is awesome because they get defense down as part of a passive. And I think a lot of people forget about that when it comes to these heroes. So moving on. Ether talent, we have Regen, probably one of the worst ether talents. So we're going downhill quickly now. At the start of each battle, he regenerates 420 health over 6 turns. It's pretty trash, honestly. Like, yeah, terrible ether talent. Rework needed. Now let's have a look at this guy's stats. So we're keeping quite balanced, and obviously he's in line with the most recently released heroes at 1169, so that's good. Attack stat 1145, defense 1172, and health 2253. I mean, I'm always flabbergasted by these stats, but to be honest, the stats are very balanced for this dude, and he is, like I say, they slowed down in terms of the power creep, so I'm happy about that. Now let's have a look at what he actually does. So his special skill, running at slow speed, is Mana Immolation. Okay, whatever that means. So he attacks the target with Firestorm Strike, dealing up to 3,000 damage, deals 40% more damage if the target's of the nature element, and the special skill never misses its targets. All allies get 45% chance to dodge attacks and special skills for 4 turns. The character gets a Mark of Immolation for 3 turns. Whenever an enemy or ally receives burn damage, the character gains a stack. of a maximum of 10. Each stack increases mana generation of the caster by 6%. All right. There's quite a lot going on in terms of this special. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. So starting off with the strike, I mean, Firestorm Strike for 3,000 damage, that is high. That is very, very high. Let's have a look at what she's working with. So she attacks all enemies with 2,000 damage. I think regen is like 1,900 damage. Let's have a look at Dagger. Dagger was recently released into this portal. So, in fact, let's have a look at another slow hero. So, Hreidmar. She attacks all enemies with Firestorm, dealing up to 2,100 damage. But then that's to all enemies. And then regen running at fast speed are other fire heroes, 1,900 damage to 3 enemies. Okay. Now we have a slow speed hero here that's dealing 3,000 damage to a single enemy. Okay, the damage is not that good. In comparison, it should be higher if he's only a single target sniper, or he needs to be hitting the target and nearby for an amount that's equivalent to the increase. So it would be, if it was targeted nearby, it needs to be at least for a slow speed hero about 2,600 to 2,800. If it's a single target, it needs to be over like 3,500 or more. Only problem is, obviously, that's literally one-shot sniping every single hero in the game, which is probably what this guy needs to be doing. He needs to be taking out a hero guaranteed for this to work. But as it is, like, it may not, because I think some heroes, let's just check it out with him. Yeah, you can get just over 3,000 HP. So it's pretty much a guaranteed snipe out, take out a single hero. Anyways, I'm not a fan of the hit one mechanic, even if you do almost get a guarantee that you're going to take one out every single time you're firing off. The next bit, all allies get 45% chance to dodge attacks and special skills for 4 turns. I like that. I like it a lot because it doesn't just dodge special skills. It gives everybody a chance to dodge regular normal attacks, and that can get you out of a sticky situation. But the problem is, most dodge heroes that work like this do run at fast speed and or average speed, and they are giving you at least a chance to remain in the battle with these dodges. With slow speed heroes, they need to be complete game changers and really, really, put the hammer down when their special skill goes off. And so far, I'm not seeing that from this dude. I think that the dodge is good, but I don't think that it's great, because there are also a lot of families of heroes that don't miss. I mean, take this family, for example. None of them ever miss their targets. Again, I'll just go into Gander to have a look here. Special skill never misses its targets. None of these guys miss their targets. They got pretty much perfect aim. The Astral Elves never miss their targets. The Astral Dwarves never miss their targets. There's so many heroes that never miss their targets that having the dodge effect is almost to the point where it's kind of silly nowadays, because you've got so many guarantees that never miss anyway. Moving on. This character gets the Mark of Immolation for 3 turns. Now, this bit I like. I do like this. So for 3 turns, whenever an enemy or ally receives burn damage, the caster gains a stack of 10. Each stack increases the mana generation by 6%. This is not going to be a war hero. I'm just saying it up front. He's not going to be really good in raids or in wars, because you're not going to get the chance to fire off that many times. Yes, he only needs to go off once. And the cool thing is, if you put somebody out there like Ray, for example, who is currently featured in the Fated Summon, just, he fires off at very fast speed. The next turn, this guy, because he's, getting mana from burn, he's going to get 30% mana, just 30% mana generation increase, just like that. And then obviously if they fire off again, it's going to go up another 30%, and it can go up another 30. It'll probably need 3 times to fire, then +1. But then he could be running at super duper fast speed, which is ridiculous and awesome. But I feel like it's going to take you too long to get there for him to be really viable in regular wars on offensive teams. On defensive teams, it could be a case to where you kind of build a team around this dude. You want to make it so that it's a lot of healing and it's very difficult to take out. There are a lot of teams that are built around that kind of mechanic at the moment. So I feel like this could work. It's kind of like with Beowulf, where you keep him alive long enough for him to build up the attack stacks, and then he just starts wrecking, absolutely wrecking and destroying people. And that could be a similar case with this hero. So where you put really strong healers on the team around him, you put some burn damage out there, or you let him put his own burn damage out there, he increases his mana, and then before you know it, he's just sniping out heroes left, right, and center. So I feel like there could be some usability for this guy on defenses outside of Rush, but you really would have to build a whole team around him. So that being said, he's not like a one-man wrecking machine like he looks like. I wish he was more like that. He's definitely not in the same stratosphere as Hreidmar that's just been released into the portal. But that being said, yeah, you could find a way to work around it and use this guy. So that's pretty much all I've got to say about this dude. I was kind of hyped because I thought I would have, a bit more. But overall, I don't think this portal is, the featured heroes that we've got this time around are the greatest, which is maybe needed after the birthday summon. Maybe just a little bit of calming down, even though, like I say, he looks ridiculously cool. But yeah, even just a little bit of calm down. He may well turn out to be the Salmon Loki of the Treasures of Flame and Frost portal. But let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you've tried this guy out, if you've had the opportunity to test him in beta. If there is anything that you feel like I'm messing around this guy's special that will actually make him a better hero. But for me, he's pretty average overall. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys find anything about this guy that's, that I'm not seeing. That all being said, do drop us a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed already, share it with your mother, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.